Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. Want to give a shout out to our newest subscriber to our YouTube channel. Want to give a shout out to She Walker. Thank you very much for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel. She Walker, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you are watching for the first time and you don't subscribe to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, check out some other content. If you like it, consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Be very grateful. And keep those comments coming, man. Everyone that's been watching the videos, watching the content, there's some awesome comments. I try to get to all the comments, if not as many as I can. I get to most of them. Try to respond and answer every single one. Again, if I can't, I try to get to as many as I can. But keep those comments coming. They're awesome. Love to see them. Love to read them. Okay, here's the latest on Bray Wyatt to Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling, and this is from Fightful Select. It says, while there's no deal in place, we did confirm that Impact Wrestling has interest in Bray Wyatt. We all know that, and has asked a member of their roster familiar with Bray Wyatt to reach out in an effort to recruit the former WWE champion. So Impact Wrestling is going to the next level now. They're having somebody actually that knows Bray Wyatt, that's familiar with Bray Wyatt. It doesn't indicate who that roster member is. Trying to think who it might be. If people are watching the video, if you have an idea, put it in the comments section. I'm trying to think, though I can't think of who it might be, but Impact Wrestling pulling out all the guns. They're trying to get people, they're trying to recruit Bray Wyatt into Impact Wrestling. You could tell Impact Wrestling really, really wants Bray Wyatt, and it says he still has his non-compete going on. It was released just two months ago, and the question marks are flying as to where he's going to end up. It says it was reported that it was expected that Bray Wyatt was going to join Impact Wrestling, though that was never explicitly stated by Brian Alvarez himself. We know what Brian Alvarez said. Brian Alvarez said that he has a feeling that Bray Wyatt, while he's not interested in AEW, will end up in Impact Wrestling. So we all know what Brian Alvarez said. So I'm trying to put a negative spin on this Fightful Select. It says Fightful has been told by sources close to Wyatt that there's no deal in place with Impact Wrestling. Well, we all know that. There's no deal in place. Okay, so that's something we all know as well. Once a deal's in place and it gets signed, then we'll hear about it. But I really do believe that Impact Wrestling is now the front runner. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. They're going to say, why would he want to go to Impact Wrestling and not AEW when he could wrestle in front of 20,000 fans as opposed to like 100 to 250 fans, which is I'm not sure how many people fit in the Nashville studios right now, but I think Impact Wrestling is going to start going to other. Well, I hope they start going to other arenas for TV tapings. I know they're going to be at Sam's Town, so their attendance is growing in. And when they say why would he want to wrestle for Impact Wrestling when he could go to AEW and wrestle in front of 20,000 fans? That was one show. That was one show at the UBS Arena where they had over 20,000 people. They're not getting 20,000 people every show, so it was just one show. Honestly, if there's 20,000 people, or say if there's 1,000 people, say there's 250 people, if he's getting paid the money, and he's enjoying the schedule, the lighter schedule, working for Impact Wrestling, I mean, what's the problem there? I mean, it's not like Impact Wrestling is gonna offer Bray Wyatt a deal, and a great, awesome deal, where they're gonna pay him what he wants, and they're gonna give him a lighter work schedule than AEW, and Bray Wyatt's gonna say, you know what, that's all great, but I'm gonna take less money. I'm gonna work a much tougher schedule because it's 20,000 fans. That's not necessarily a perk. That's a reason, I should say, a reason that somebody will want to sign, just because you're going to be in front of a larger crowd. I mean, look at Jordan Grace. The interest WWE had interest bringing her into NXT for a bit, but she chose to stay with Impact Wrestling. Look at Moose. Moose could have gone to AEW. I'm sure he could have gone to work in front of a larger crowd, but he stayed with Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling is growing. Right now, I know they're struggling a little bit, with the low viewership, the TV viewership, but they're going to start growing. If they start bringing in some top talents and they start bringing in some younger talent as well, Impact Wrestling will be just fine. And I can see them in front of 1,000, 2,000 people very, very soon. So saying that wrestling in front of 20,000 people, which really only happened once in AEW, maybe twice. I'm thinking it's only once at the UBS Arena. Maybe it was twice. Maybe in Chicago when CM Punk made his debut, there was 20,000. But it's not happening every single night with AEW. So I have a really good feeling that Bray Wyatt is going to be joining Impact Wrestling. Braun Strowman. Speaking of Braun Strowman, I did a report on W. Morrissey yesterday, how he said he wants a long-term deal with Impact Wrestling. He actually stated a couple of days ago. It was on Twitter. I missed it. I just saw it today that he would love this. He said he never had a match with Braun Strowman, and he would love to have a one-on-one match with Braun Strowman in Impact Wrestling. So it's a good chance that's going to happen as well. I mean, two big guys going at it in Impact Wrestling. W. Morrissey versus Braun Strowman will be a terrific match. So I'm thinking that's going to happen as well. But as Impact Wrestling, as I stated, they putting another bullet in the gun, I guess you could say, in their effort to get Bray Wyatt by sending they're asking a member of their roster, as I mentioned earlier, to reach out to Bray Wyatt to recruit him. It doesn't indicate if that roster member, as I said, who the roster member is, or if that roster member has actually reached out to him already. I would imagine that roster member has already reached out. And I think there's a great chance. We're going to see Bray Wyatt in Impact Wrestling. If I was a betting man, I'd have no issue dropping $100 down in a bet. No, okay. Let's. No, I'm not saying I want to bet anybody. So don't put in the comments. All right, I'll take that bet. I'm just saying if I had $100 anyway. I don't even have $100. But I have a good feeling. That he's going to end up in Impact Wrestling, and I just hope an announcement's made soon. We might have to wait till Bound for Glory. It might be kept secret, but we'll find out, I'm sure, soon enough. But I really think that Impact Wrestling is going to be adding Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Buddy Murphy to their roster very, very soon. All right. On that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening to me today. I'll be back a little later today if something else breaks. Be back tomorrow. I want to talk some New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm going to be back tomorrow. Got a big interview tomorrow with one of the brightest young stars on the Ontario wrestling scene right now, Junior Benito. That's coming up tomorrow as well, doing that interview at 10. Can't wait for that one. And until I'm back, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.